In a moment so bizarre that it kind of felt like satire, former Secret Service agent, former podcaster, current FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino had a public emotional collapse on Fox News because he has to go to work. Do you realize that he has to go to work in the morning and sometimes work late and listen to Kash Patel flushing the toilet in his office or running the sink in his office? He whined on TV about the emotional strain of being divorced from his wife. He later meant physically separated, not that they've gotten a divorce, but maybe a little something Freudian in there. And it's really difficult to have to clock into an office. Who knew? Take a listen to Bongino here.
I mean, I gave up everything for this. I mean, my wife is struggling. I'm not a victim. I'm not Jim Comey. It's fine. I did this, and I'm proud I did it. But if you think we're there for tea and crumpets, well, I mean, Kash is there all day. We share it. Our offices are linked. He turns on the faucet. I hear it. He's there he gets in at like 6 o'clock in the morning. He doesn't leave till 7 at night. I'm in there at 7:30 in the morning. He uses the gym. I work out in my apartment. But I stare at these four walls all day in D.C., by myself, divorced from my wife. Not divorced, but I mean separated, divorced. And it's hard. I mean, we love each other, and it's hard to be apart.
But you're doing some great work. You're straightening out the FBI. You're moving buildings. There's a lot of change.
I got one more thing.
Can you imagine being in a position of national law enforcement leadership? You're one of the most important law enforcement officials in the country, and you're interviewed, and you whine about it actually being a real job. Who could have guessed? Tens of millions of Americans wake up every single day. They get their kids to school. They deal with life. They still make it to their jobs without a motorcade, without Fox News therapy sessions, without pretending to be the victims of the grind. While, by the way, I can only assume he's still raking in money from book deals, and I don't know what the deal is with his podcast at this point in time, but certainly quite a cushion. Most people do what he's talking about without any of that support. But what's even more revealing is that these are supposedly the alphas. These are the strongest people. But the MAGA ecosystem has become so coddled in every way. They mock liberals for being snowflakes and being soft, and they're not real men and they can't handle anything. And here is Trump's own FBI deputy director breaking down because did you know he's got to go to an office? And Kash Patel's over there doing who the hell's knows what. Their offices are right up against each other. So the other double standard, so that's one double standard. The other double standard, and I think this is illuminating, imagine if a female FBI official made the same comments, right? Starting to well up on national TV, personal drama, my wife, I'm not seeing my wife, front and center, claiming that coming into the office was too much, she would get destroyed. They would be, you would hear from people like Hegseth, this is why there's a difference in what women and men should be doing. This is why we shouldn't have women in these positions. Fox News would be running 24/7 loops of the meltdown. Conservatives would be saying she's not fit for duty. She's emotionally unstable. Is she really committed to the country? Laura Ingraham would be calling for a resignation, right? But when it's a man, Dan Bongino, he gets sympathy. Maybe he gets another assistant to help him out. So this is not about toxic sensitivity or toxic masculinity. It's about hypocrisy, entitlement, and this absurd idea that holding a powerful position should come with no accountability, no expectations, and just praise for doing the bare minimum. I guess Bongino thinks he should just be able to sit at home and stop by the office from 1 to 2, have a meeting, sign a couple pieces of paper, and that's it. So, if you're showing up to your job and it's that overwhelming, you have options. You can resign. You can go back to podcasting. You can go rage bait on Rumble and Troth Central. Nobody's stopping him from doing that. But what he's choosing to do is to have the job, but then to go on Fox News and cry about it because it's too emotionally taxing and tiring, and it's a real job. I'm working out at home, and then going in, but Cash uses the FBI gym or whatever. Pathetic. And when they want you to believe that they are the epitome of the strong alpha men or whatever, then you see stuff like this. It sort of calls it into question.